Okay, now I've gone back and I've looked at what I need to do here, and I remeasured. I had to move the gate around because I didn't have the gate folded on there. I also had it setting on top of the block, which changed the measurements. So what I need now is not 62, but 61 and 1/2. Because I measured, I went across there and I said, oh God, measured about 65 and a quarter and knocked 3.5 inches off with a 4x4 that I was hooked to. That brought it 65, 4, 3, 2, and then 1/2. Okay, so here's another tool that I need. I use these Sharpies, they're really handy. And I want to make a nice clean cut. So I'm going to use a square and just mark that across like that. So there's my cut line. And then verify my measurement. Well, carpenter's rule is measure twice, cut once. You don't measure once and cut twice. So listen. And then I'm going to mark this board. I'm going to call this board 61 and 1/2. I'm going to try and make sure this doesn't end up on the outside anywhere. You can see it from the back there. But 2x4, that's going to be invisible to the public. So, 61 and 1/2. And I'll put some engineering markings on here and say that's from end to end. Cut. Although it's not going to be true until I cut this piece. So, let's get our next tool out, which is going to be the rotary saw. Okay, now before making the cut, I'm going to do the traditional stuff. One, of course, is going to be eye protection, which is very important, and hearing protection. Because I've got a big old fat saw here, it's going to make a lot of noise, and the sawdust can blind you. First, if it gets in your eyes, it gets dangerous because you can't see, and then next thing you know, you've got a wild machine that's just going out of control, but you can't see it. Secondly, it'll protect your eyes. Hearing protection, because hearing is important. It's a loud machine, it causes hearing damage. Now, I actually dropped this saw off a roof one day, doing a little bit of roofing work, and so it broke the safety guard. I still use it because it's a good saw, except for its safety guard is gone. As for the blade, if you're still using blades from 1980s, get rid of them. They don't work. Nowadays they have blades that are carbide tip. This little guy here is a Diablo I got from either Home Depot or Lowe's. And you see the carbide tips. I'm not going to touch it because this thing is plugged in. So, the other thing is make sure that you have a permit for this construction. For here it's $35. It's a fence. It doesn't cost that much. And it'll also help if your neighbors decide they don't like the idea that you're putting a fence. They report you, and next thing you know, you've got a fine. Worse than that, the city has come around and said, no, you can't put a fence there. Now you have to take that part down. Okay, so let's get to cutting. I'm going to make the first cut here. Loud and noisy. Now here's the advantage of these blades. Like I said, if you've got blades from the 1980s, get rid of them, unless you want to keep them for antiques. These new carbide or diamond cut blades, they go through wood like like butter. They work really well. So right now I don't need this anymore. I don't need that. So, alright, so that's the first cut. Now I've got a nice 61.5 foot piece of wood. It's ready to go. I'm going to go lock it in place and see if it works. Okay, here's the piece of wood that I just cut. 61.5 inches, and it's going to sit there. And it's going to go over here. And you can see we've got about a 1/4 inch between the two pieces. So this should fit. Does it fit at the top? Yes. And then let's check it at the bottom. And it looks good at the bottom as well. Okay, so the 61.5 is a good reach across this thing. A little bit of a gap in between here, which is exactly what. And this will be the top board. Okay. I have another board marked, but I haven't cut it yet. But I want to get the dimensions on this board right here. Now, it looks like I marked this one before. That's going to be an 11-inch board, so I've taken some markings. I'll put it on this one. And it looks like I have the leftover markings from this guy right here, 12 and 1/2 inches. And knowing that this is a 6-foot piece, so I'm going to mark this. That's going to give me some information on where to. That's going to tell me I'm going to make this 12 and 1/2. So I know. And I've also marked up here 11 inches from here. All right, so 72 inches. Match this whole board end to end, right? So 72 minus 11 is going to leave 69 minus 11, which is 61, right? And this is going to be 12 and a half. So 61 minus 12 is going to be minus 12. So let's do the math there. It's 5. That's going to be 49. Minus a half, minus 1/2 is going to be 48 and 1/2. So that's what the dimension of this board needs to be, 48 and 1/2 inches. Let's check and see if it really is. Nope, this is going to be wrong. 5 minus 1, 4, 11 minus 2. That's pretty nice. Oh, guess what I left off? These guys right here. This is 3 1/2. And that's 10 else, so that's 7. So it's minus 7 makes this 41 and 1/2. Okay, so let's see if that's right. 41. Let's have 41 1/4. And I think there's a reason for that. Well, I like the idea. It's not 48 1/2. Let's do it 41 and 1/4. Right. Marking the inside of the fence just turns this into something that you can. People are going to ask questions about it. Next thing you know, you've got a conversation piece. How did you make that? How did you come up with that? Well, yes. 41 1/2. So I'm going to make this one the same. The other one's the same as this one. This is 41 1/2. But the main measurement I'm going to use when I put these boards up is I'm going to use this one right here. So it's not going to matter where this one's going to be down here. I don't measure these. I measure up top here when I put these on. Because this will be a whole piece. This would be one whole piece before these boards go on here. Actually, in this case, these boards hold this frame together. So, but this will be my main measurement, 11 1/2. That'll be 11 inch. So, let's get some measuring, do some more cutting. Okay, some good news here. The 41 1/4 is less than 48, so I can use a single 2x4 by 8, and I don't have to waste a good 2x4. So now I've got a spare 2x4 here. We're ready to cut. I've got 3 cuts ready to go. This one, and there's my 61 1/2. There's the other one I'm going to cut. So I'm going to do all 3 cuts right now. Goggles first. Hearing protection. Oops, hat. Sun protection. And of course, hearing protection. It's Florida, so got a bald head like me, gotta wear a hat. Okay, here we go. I love these new blades. These old blades were horrible. That's our 62 1/2. The final board, the crossbar, will take 4. Alright, so here are the 4 boards we need to make the frame. I'll put those together right now.